Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan, and today I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon by talking about stuff related to Disney somehow. So I did a video where I was talking about some deleted scenes, so I'm gonna be doing a follow up to that because why not? And but yeah, I just figured I might as well continue that and just finish it off with this video. I'm sure there's plenty of other deleted scenes that I won't mention, but here's some more, I guess. Alright, to start this video off, I'll be talking about another deleted scene from the first Frozen film, which, yes, I know some people will be informing me that since I've talked about this film so much, I should speak about something else already.
Don't tell me what to do.
The dressing room scene was a deleted scene from the film, and it was removed due to the fact that the director decided, or I should say directors, decided that this was, if anything, has something to do with maybe pacing, I guess in some ways, and the fact that they have been separated for so long, maybe this scene won't come off as natural as it should. And I mean, yes, okay, it's a great character moment in some ways because it shows that Princess Elsa, is trying to interact with the Queen in some ways. And yeah, it would have been a great scene if it was actually animated. So unfortunately, no, I guess it just didn't make the cut. So this would have been pretty interesting in its own way. Yeah. Quite a few brothers I should have had. The original cut of Moana herself actually had 6 older brothers. And they were the individuals who basically taught her how to sail. So, yeah, I kind of wish they could have kept this in there. Because it would be good to see how she would have reacted towards something. Oh, maybe I should say how her brothers would have reacted to her behavior later on in the film, when she basically becomes really rebellious and just wants to follow her own destiny and whatnot because I should say their father didn't want her to go out and sea because it was deemed too dangerous. So, yeah, I mean, it might seem like a small change, but it would have been a big change in the overall story when you think about it. Oh well, still would have seemed pretty cool if they actually kept that in there. Yeah, Moana originally was going to have 6 older brothers. I wonder how the film would have turned out if this was like kept in the movie. Why was edited out? I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's because of pacing, or maybe the brother characters want to be well developed because not enough time would have been devoted to them. I don't know. It could have been various reasons, of course, obviously, but yeah, I guess it's same thing could be for the other things I brought up previously. These things could have, be changed, moved around, or slightly tweaked up or whatever, for basically for any reason, really. And while they seem nice, while they seem cool in their own way, but I'm pretty sure there's a good sort of reasons to why they didn't make it in the final cut. Yeah, well, anyway, just bring up Coco for a brief moment here, folks. And yeah, even though I didn't think it was all that great of a movie, really, like at all, because it reminds me of too much of Alice in Wonderland, Disney's version, if I'm be honest with you. But that doesn't mean you won't have anything interesting to have in the deleted scenes. So yeah, if you have a musical originally in the beginning of the film, so to explain a certain aspect of the narrative. So again, this probably would have been a better fit if they actually kept it than the actual beginning part of the film that they have in the finished product. So of course they're trying to go for like a Spanish themed kind of a thing going on in this movie, which is fine, of course. Trying to have like different cultures being expressed in film, especially in animation, can be actually pretty interesting because it's animation. In animation, you can actually do a lot more stuff, at least a lot easier anyway, compared to live action. So of course you can easily take this to your advantage and have your own thing going on. Just let your imagination run wild, I guess you can say. Which is great. Of course, that's perfect. You can actually do that in this kind of a thing. So yeah, it makes perfect sense when you actually think about it. So yeah, this is something I thought would be cool if they actually gone through with it. Assuming they would have. And again, maybe because of the pacing, maybe because You don't want things to drag on for a little too slow or whatever. You don't want to take it going for too long or anything. But yeah, moreover, this probably would have been cool if it was actually done. Of course. Hey, what can you do? I guess. What can you do? Anyway, moving on from this, let's just get to the next thing. I guess you can say, folks. And I do have to say thank you anybody for watching this ahead of time. Anyone that watched this entire video, that is, because I know this video is pretty lengthy. I know a lot of my Disney videos can be pretty long, because I'm just yammering on about a bunch of stuff, of course. So whoever you are, thank you very much. Anyway, like I said, let's just go to the next spot here. Again, real quick, thank you for anybody for giving this a view, except for those assholes that can keep leaving these comments. You know who I'm talking about. You know who you are. Anyway, moving on. The Emperor's New Groove. And yeah, I do think this is a movie that definitely does not get the enough attention that it deserves, really. It's really underrated if you ask me. But anyway, what about the Princess's New Groove? Yeah, it would have ended up with another princess type movie kind of thing going on here, folks. But yeah, the thing is that the Emperor's New Groove had changed multiple times during his production. And yes, there was one moment where it was going to be a rather, I guess, a bit more serious movie, and it was going to be titled Kingdom of the Sun. And so yeah, but of course it changed, of course, and there was going to be a princess involved, considering the fact that it was going to be more of a love story. So yeah, a new imprint kind of a thing going on that would have been in the movie. So yeah, this is definitely one of those kind of scenarios that makes you wonder what could have been. I mean, okay, you can say that for basically everything that's been said in this video, sure. But yeah, this is definitely one of those cases, obviously. But yeah, this is definitely a thing that I kind of wish they could have gone with it. But then again, the end product was fine. I guess there was nothing wrong with this movie the way it was finished, of course. But still, not that there's anything wrong with the other movies I mentioned, except for like Coco. I didn't like that one very much. But still, uh, still makes you wonder how the entire film would have been if they actually ended with this idea. Well, oh well. I guess just on with the next stuff. I guess you should say the next thing. Yeah, I do have to bring up Toy Story, and yes, keeping in theme with the previous stuff I just mentioned. This, yes, would have been actually pretty dark. Really, what's with Disney putting dark themes in their films? What is up with that? I don't know. I guess morbid curiosity, I guess you can say. So, well, Walt Disney always have some sort of morbid curiosity with death anyway, when he was around doing his animated features, so it doesn't seem much of a stretch when you think about it. But anyway, moreover, the character Woody the cowboy would have actually been the villain. Yeah, it's getting really jealous to such extremes. We're trying to get rid of Buzz Lightyear in whichever way possible. Even if it may, like push him out the window, push him out the bed or something, I don't know. Just doing various things to do this kind of a thing. So yeah, I mean, of course, this ultimately changed in the final product that was made, of course. But it does make me wonder if they actually stuck with this idea, how the entire film would have been like if they actually stuck with this idea. So yeah, it seems pretty cool in retrospect. But maybe it's for the better, I guess. Some ways when you think about it, maybe it's for the better in retrospect, I guess. But still, isn't you could entertain the idea of how the story would have been like if they actually stuck with this. I don't know. The possibilities are endless, I guess you could say. But anyway, whatever. Bring up the film Cars, even though honestly I didn't think it was that good of a film, really. But I did think there was a scene that was quite interesting in its own little way. And yes, of course, again, it's quite gloomy in its own little way. And there was gonna be like a graveyard of dead cars. destroyed cars, I guess you can say. Well, main character discovers a graveyard where cars were left to rot away in the open. It's a rather chilling atmosphere, and it kind of ruins the overall tone of the movie, I guess in some ways. But I guess maybe it's a good thing that this scene was removed because it would have made some plot holes. I mean, lots of plot holes. So in the film, like, so cars can die, so cars can feel, so cars can reproduce and whatnot. Well, the scene itself is actually a pretty interesting one, like I said. But maybe for the better, maybe just left it out because it would just risen way too many questions, I guess you can say. Anyway, moving on from that. Another princess movie in this video. I know. Frozen 2 makes it on this video because there's gonna be a delayed scene where it's gonna be focusing on the parents. Well, it kind of was already when you think about it. But to be more specifically, it's kind of like a water memory kind of a thing, where it's going to explain if they were doing the right thing, if if they're actually keeping Elsa, the oldest sister of Anna, in isolation. So they ponder about to the end that was really the right thing to do. And yes, this deleted scene expressed that they were actually going to tell Anna about this entire ordeal, despite the fact of manipulating her memory when it was Arthur and whatnot. I mean, it didn't make it into the film, of course, but it would give him a bit more background on the first movie in some ways. I mean, the movie was already doing that to some extent, I guess you can say, but still, yeah. I would like to see if this made it into the film. Maybe because of pacing, it didn't make it, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, there's plenty of other scenes I would like to bring up, but this video is already lengthy as it is. So anyway, of course, as always, thanks for watching, and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah. Later. Yes, sirree. Woohoo! Yeah.